Here we are, back again. How long has it been? What the? Okay. I'm sorry, it looked like we were in space. Pretty cool looking opening. I like the, O being in that portal to space. I don't know what to expect, but I didn't really know what to expect the first time around. Fast. I think I had this at like 65 before. Probably should have set this up immediately, but I just want to get right in there. Do we have voice? Ambient volume. Okay. No voice controls. I can't imagine... Like I said, I don't know what to expect with anything here. I can't imagine them being able to pull the same tricks they did in 7 Mysteries. But I'm curious to see if there's any shenanigans going on with that. I haven't really seen anything about this besides the announcement trailer that was at the Nintendo Direct. Oh, it's your boy. He ain't got no TV. My apologies for the wait. Welcome, welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the Storyteller. I'd imagine he probably can pull the fact that there is a save file from 7 Mysteries, or else he might say that there's... this is our first time meeting. I am the Storyteller, your guide to the world of Paranormasight. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive in to our story. I get it, because of the mermaids. But there are some important matters I must address first, so please bear with me a while longer. First, the game uses autosave. Thank you. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. I didn't realize he was looking up at the menu. I was confused for a minute. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. From here, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your setting for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. If you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. What does that mean? Okay, this is all basically the same. Was there an effects for... I guess chromatic aberration? That on before? I didn't even see that. Okay. I don't know what he's talking about. I recommend you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before continuing. I just did, dog. It's good. Update file. Look at that. How to play. Well, it's all the same stuff. I hope there's mockingbirds in this. From what I've seen, it looks like it's all going to be new characters, which I think is for the best, because I would prefer it to be its own, like, contained story. I could see, like, someone like Mio or Richter maybe making an appearance, because they kind of have a globe-trotting aspect to what they do, but I hope it just kind of stays its own little story. Now let us go over the basic controls. I do know Mio had, like, a manga story that also has mockingbirds, like, in the background. I kind of want to read that. When the game is in your control, you may move the right stick to look in your surroundings. You will once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Uh-oh. Is he behind me? Is he gonna not be behind me? Damn. Wonderful. Well done. I thought he was gonna play a trick on me. It's weird to have him be in, like, a underwater cave. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you to talk to them. Please go ahead and try with me. Can I wanted to look at him before actually getting it. Bravo, a fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. You may find it useful to use a direction button to select your desired option. Who am I? That's kind of important right away, isn't it? Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there's no need for concern. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you, after all. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. Okay, well, that sounds familiar. Once you have seen everything an option has to offer, a checkmark will appear next to it, like so. What is this place? Do not fear, you will come to know where we are eventually. This is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Yes, there is one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight, one concerning the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. You would happen to be familiar with the events of this tale, would you? I almost want to lie, but I'm just gonna... He knows. He knows for a fact that I'm familiar. He knows there's a save file on this system. I am. Is that so? So we have met before then. You looked quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. In that case, there is nothing I need to warn you about. I do wonder kind of what he would say otherwise. Well, I believe I have kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends, okay, passed down in Ise Bay, a stretch of sea bordering my prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving mermaids. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is a widely familiar mermaid. Yo, that's a weird-looking mermaid. Since ancient time, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all around the world. That looks more like what I expect. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. I always forget about that aspect. All I know is the Littlest Mermaid, and that's not even what she's called. She's called the Little Mermaid. The tale of Yao Bikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fuku Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. I'm gonna suck ass at history again, aren't I? These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient time. I can talk. Since ancient times. We haven't even gotten that far in yet, and I'm already flubbing my text. Of course, as I just mentioned, these are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They have also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. Have you heard of the Little Mermaid? Have you seen the original box art for it? The Palace? Pretty crazy stuff, right? It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has activated the human heart for myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Ah, sick. File updates. Sick file updates. These are probably short ones, though. Mie Prefecture is located in the eastern part of the Ki Peninsula in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland, and falls within both the Chubu and Kinki regions, measured 170 kilometers from north to south and 80 kilometers from east to west. It has a narrow, elongated shape and is known for its rich natural diversity that differs greatly between the northern and southern region. The varied and abundant nature of my prefecture has allowed it to be known as the land of great beauty since ancient times, even back when it was still known as Ise Province. It was also purported to be the land weather repair the waves from the eternal world. What? The land weather repair the waves from the eternal... I don't know what that means. Which led to the establishment of Ise Shrine as a place of enshrinement for the goddess Amaterasu. The eternal world is said to be a realm across the sea, separated from the one in which we live, often described as an eternal paradise. Ise was seen as a land where the waves from this world continually broke, connecting the material world and the world beyond. Famous spots and scenes, scenic vistas in my prefecture. Ise Shrine, Iseji Route of the Kumano Kodo, a series of ancient pilgrimage routes. That seems important. Birthplace of the Iga Ninja clans. We're gonna get ninjas! Birthplace of the Isahai clan, Suzuka International Racing Course. Racing? Toba Aquarium. I hope we go to the aquarium. Ise-Shima National Park, and many more. What if instead of mockingbirds, we get, like, the fish freaks? That would be pretty cool. And many more. Local specialties of Maya Prefecture. Pearls, Ise lobsters, abalone, turbot shells, oysters, and other marine products. Ise udon, Matsuka beef, and many more. We still have many to read. Ise Bay, well, it's shorter at least. Also known by the name of the Sea of Ise, Ise Bay is an enclosed bay located in central Honshu, the Japanese mainland, although its exact range varies. In this game, it refers to the area of seas. I like how it's in this game. In this game, it refers to the area of sea surrounded by land up to the line drawn from Cape Irago in Aichi Prefecture to Cape Daio in Mie Prefecture. In this game, it's just that location, even though it isn't exactly that in real life. Mermaids! Look at that freak. A flyer of a mermaid, also known as Kairai, a general term for a half-human, half-fish being. The first recorded appearance in Japan of a creature believed to be a mermaid was more than 1,300 years ago in the Nihon Shoki Chronicles of Japan. At the time, the term mermaid was not yet in use. The most records are anecdotal reports of sightings of creatures resembling both fish and human in various places. In ancient Japan, as well as in other parts of East Asia, depictions of mermaids often blurred the line between human and fish, frequently portrayed them as grotesque monsters. The Middle Ages saw the spread of the legend of Yao Bikuni throughout Japan, which claimed that eating mermaid flesh could grant eternal youth and longevity. In the early modern period, the image of mermaids diversified, attracting wider public interest. Mermaid mummies were I forgot about mermaid mummies. Were exhibited in sideshows, and illustrations and literature featuring mermaids became more common. It was also during this time that the depiction of mermaids as having the upper body of a human woman and the lower body of a fish became more widely recognized. Kunisada Utagawa Hiroshi Utagawa Miracle of Kanon, National Diet Library of Japan. Yo, look at those mermaids freaking out. Arnold Backlund, Play of the Nereides. Although the details vary from country to country, the most common depiction of mermaids in the West likely stems from the sirens of Greek mythology, sea monsters that over time came to be represented as the familiar half-fish, half-human figures. These mermaids were thought to be more akin to spirits or fairies in nature, enchanted those who encountered them with their beautiful feminine appearance and singing voices. Many records of mermaid sightings by sailors during the age of... you know what? Voice volume would have gone fucking hard with, like, mermaid siren call shit, wouldn't it? Many records of mermaid sightings by sailors during the Age of Discovery have been preserved, and some theories suggest that mermaid sightings and their associated legends may in fact have originated from a sea mammal called a dugong. That's a Pokemon. I always heard that it was like manatees. Are dugongs manatees? How many notes? 50? That was like 40 something in the first game. Is 23 gonna be like a special thanks note again too? Oh, okay, sorry. That's the game. We gotta read some things. Ah, yes, the files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you have already taken a look. Oh, he knows! But I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there is a related entry in your files. What would that mean? Just like when a conversation is happening, that maybe if I look at my files, I can go back and like remember something. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kameshima, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. Oh, God. It's the game. Oh, it's right there? Okay. Look, that looks like a turtle! An island situated between the Atsumi and Shima peninsulas and the most distant of the 4 populated islands under the administration of Toba City in Mie Prefecture. It has an area of approximately 0.7 square kilometers and a population of about 900. The island's name comes from the turtle-like shape, see I told you, with kame meaning turtle in Japanese. Famous for its karst landscapes and other beautiful scenery, Kameshima is a popular location for tourists year-round. Recently, the island's youth organization has been leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot character, Kameshima, which are expected to bring more people to the area. I thought I was going to say, which as expected is a turtle, which I would expect is a turtle. That is very turtle-shaped. You will experience events through the eyes of a young resident of the island, one Yuza Minakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. I'm not going to. Well, I believe that ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. There's one thing I'm kind of worried about. This story is a work of fiction based on existing locations and legends. Please note that one of the locations that appears in the game, Kameshima, is a fictional island with no counterpart in reality. I was gonna actually ask if that is true, because I know 7 Mysteries is based on a real place. Do you come to me, or did I go to you? Cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. The Tale of Ise, Passage 69, Kari no Tsukai. August 7th, 1980 something. Morning, Toba City, my prefecture, Kameshima, Southern Sea. Right, this should do it. All good to go, Yuza? Yep, ready as ready can be. I feel so light. I bet I could even outswim a shark. No more than that. No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kameshima's patron saint of diving begins today. It should have said that he was a patron saint of diving. I was gonna say, for a second I thought there wasn't as much noise filter on this, but there still is. I think it's just the fact that it's all taking place during daytime. Instead of, you know, a good chunk of the game taking place at night. It might take place at night later, I don't know. But I do like having a brighter game moment to moment right now. This isn't a curse bearer? What the hell? Young man born and raised on Kameshima. Although generally quiet and serious, he has an eccentric side that often sees him make jokes and wisecracks with a straight face, catching whoever he's talking to off guard. After losing his parents in a large-scale maritime accident 5 years ago, I wonder if that's going to be important. He was raised by his grandmother, veteran Ame diver Yuza Minakuchi. He briefly found work at a seafood processing plant in Toba after graduating high school earlier in the year. But upon hearing that Suyu had injured her leg, forcing her to retire from diving and causing difficulties in her daily life, he quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kameshima. At present, he is caring for Suyu while looking for work on Kameshima, and he has recently made the decision to follow in Suyu's footsteps and become an Ama diver himself. Although he has been unable to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster 5 years ago, he has been... Okay, so he might have already started diving again. He is hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to a natural talent for Ama diving. His current diver rank is 1. I don't know what that means. Quite an introverted as a child, he began to show a more animated side upon befriending Azami Kumoi, a boy his same age, and it eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief together. Although the maritime disaster 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most of Kameshima's inhabitants treated Yuza, Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it is uncommon for Azami to find himself caught up in Yuza's eccentric exploits, but he's always quick to laugh and follow his lead. It is not uncommon. Okay. Oh, Storyteller, please. I don't know. I don't know if this guy knows what sex is or not. The guide for those who visit Paranormasight. Everything else about him remains a mystery. Sure it does. Whoa, that sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know it's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go, but make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. Best friend. Is that his occupation? Fisherman. Apprentice. Diver. Fisherman. Same age? They're not the same age. A young man born and raised on Kameshima. He has been friends with Yuza Minakuchi since childhood. He has a friendly and... I wonder if... It would be nice if the highlight meant that you could, like, use it to go to a page that relates. He has a... Just, I don't know. Like, the highlight is nice, but... Considering how the storyteller mentioned it, it would be like if you had a thing that said, oh, ever since the incident 5 years ago, and you happen to have that in the files, it would be kind of nice if you could just hit the highlight to find that file. Where was I? Friends with Yuza Minakuchi since childhood. He has a friendly and caring personality, and his willingness to help those around him has made him someone islanders of all ages rely on in times of need. His father was a fisherman, and he accompanied him out to sea on his boat from a very young age. As a result, he grew up never doubting that he, too, would one day become a fisherman. After his father died in a maritime disaster 5 years ago, dang, it's like this keeps coming up. His mother, an Ama diver, took on the responsibility of raising Azami and his much younger brother on her own. Okay, Azami has a... I'm assuming that means Azami's younger brother and not... Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I wanted to double check that I, like, read that right. During the closed season for diving, when his mother worked on the mainland, Azami was responsible for looking after his brother. Also, another situation where if I just kept reading, I would have had my answer, but... After graduating middle school, he refused his mother's suggestion to attend high school and quickly obtained a 4th-class boat pilot license while helping with fishing around the island. He is now able to take his father's small fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, out on fishing trips on his own. He has a frank, easygoing relationship with Yuza, his childhood friend, and the two often get up to mischief together. Although he was happy for Yuza when he left to attend high school on the mainland and later found a job there, he also felt somewhat lonely. For this reason, he secretly welcomed the news that Yuza would be leaving his job and returning to Kameshima to take care of his grandmother. No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're having a feast tonight. Haha, I'll hold you to that. The diving minigame will now commence. Follow the instructions to get used to the controls and press dive when you are ready. So this is kind of something that I'm not so sure how I feel about. The fact that there's a high score. I saw this like on Twitter. The, like, Square Enix's Twitter was like, oh, get a high score in the diving game. And I'm like, oh, that seems weird. Like, diving, it was in the trailer, and I can see it as just an exploration kind of thing, but the score just seems strange. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Begin. Only 2 controls are needed. Stick, look around, confirm button, perform action. The available actions will automatically switch between swim, harvest, and return the boat depending on the situation. Areas where sea creatures are located will be marked with a mark. Begin by looking around and try to locate any potential catches. I have an oxygen meter. Oh. Harvest it. Whoa, God. Oh, okay. I've made a mistake somewhere. Your oxygen Your oxygen gauge will decrease when diving. Be sure to go back to the boat before it runs out. You can return to the boat anytime by turning your viewpoint upwards and selecting return to boat. Your remaining oxygen will continue to decrease on the way back, so don't wait till it's too late. I love waiting till it's too late. I'm already dead. I'm already dead. Storyteller, can you tell me where I messed up? That's not like a real thing I can pick up. I'm already dead again. Okay. You need a lot more air to get back up. I feel like they're gonna tell me I'm bad. Well, like, I mean, it's weird because there is also the fact that you can I get at least 2 things? Surely this is good enough air-wise. We did it! High score. But then, like, diver rank, so I can increase... Guess what I think I need to increase? My air. Means you can swim faster and return to the boat faster. Have an easier time gathering sea creatures. Detect sea creatures from farther away. Broadly speaking, I think diving and gathering are the things I need. I feel like diving would get me more points, though, so... That covers the basics in underwater gathering. We played a tutorial? No. Unless if it means I can level up more. Okay, looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go out a bit further so you can look for something bigger. Abalone. The biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably abalone. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. But remember that sea creatures are living things. They'll change places every time you dive, so be careful. What a silly thing to say. That's like, yeah, that's how real life works, but I guess we have to describe it like a video game. That's all the same stuff we got there. When you return in the boat, your score will be calculated based on a number of sea creatures gathered during that dive, raising your diver rank. Each skill can be upgraded to a maximum level 5. You can still increase your diver rank even after reaching the maximum level for each skill. What do you mean? Oh, there's more rank. I'm stupid. It's just your number goes up, but you don't get as many things. When using the harvest action, a perfect harvest may occasionally occur, instantly depleting your target's resistance gauge with a single action. The higher your dive rank, the more likely you are to achieve a perfect harvest. Earn stars in your gathering log. Information on your catches will be recorded in your gathering log. Each catch has individual variations, and the lowest and highest amount of points you've achieved for each catch will also be recorded. Once you record the highest and lowest limits possible for the catch, a star mark will be added next to those points. It's like Monster Hunter crown hunting. Is this our, mockingbirds? Because there's a lot of stuff here. I don't know if I feel like reading about... I like sea things. Oh, I dropped something. I like sea things, but oh, there's not that many things. I don't know. I don't know about reading that. They're new. There we go. Ama divers. The term ama, most often written with characters meaning sea and woman, generally refers to a woman who free dives for shellfish, seaweeds, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent overharvesting and to help protect the marine environment. Although ama divers operate in many regions in Japan, the Toba and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of ama divers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with the Simon and Doman symbols. I don't think it relates. It's something else. It means something else. To ward off misfortune. Even within Toba and Shima, rules and practices can vary greatly. For example... sorry, the Simon thing kind of spooked me. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over the wetsuit is a common practice only in the Shima region. Despite the high population of ama divers in the Ise Bay, there are none to be found north of Ise City. This can be explained by the difference in the seafloor composition between the two areas. While the sandy seafloor near Ise allowed for net fishing, the rocky seafloor in the Toba and Shima areas made net fishing difficult, leading to the adoption of free diving as an alternative. Abalone, harvested by ama divers in Kuzaki town in Toba, has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dried goods known as noshi-owabi, which are then presented as an offering at Ise Shrine. This practice is said to have originated when Yabatohime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined Amaterasu of Ise Shrine, was searching for a suitable food to offer to the gods. When presented with abalones by an ama diver named Oben, the princess found them exceptionally delicious and decided that abalone would be the primary offering for the region. As a result, the Ama divers of Toba and Shima have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals, and there are some regions where they perform ritual dances as offerings during Shinto festivities. Note, although Ama is sometimes written with characters meaning sea and man when the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional character of sea and woman when the language is set to Japanese. That's funny that you got, like, a little extra note there. That's, good to know and fun. Little translator note. Keikaku means plan. It's not like you have to master everything all at once. We can take off whenever you're ready. I don't like the way you're looking at me. We still have plenty of time left, so feel free to dive as much as you like. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring in. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Thanks for the confidence, friend. So I mean, how hard is it to max out your stats? Begin! As long as I don't die, right? Well, it seems like my... That might have been a problem. We should be fine. It definitely seems like air bubble was the right way to go. Didn't expect that to be as strong as it was. I also don't know if this is, like, gonna be really important for the, you know, story in this visual novel story game. I think, like, each time you just level up would be it, right? I feel like just going more diving gives you more stuff. I don't know. I'm sure there's gonna be, like, moments where you are gonna be doing this for, like, something scary to happen. Looks like in this instance, nothing. Well, now the question mark intrigues me. Is this a mermaid cave? It is! I see it! That looks like me dead. What the hell is that? No, get away from me! Ah! Well, we definitely get the title of the game a lot sooner than we did in the first one. There were like, what, 3 chapters before you got the credits here? That's him just... Oh. Everyone getting drowned? Dead? Oh, I failed my dive? Stop diving. I'll give it another shot. Why not? Maybe I shouldn't have gone that way? That's curious how that played out. Maybe I found my way to the spooky cave a little too soon. Read. A little bit greedy. That was a little rough. I'm assuming maybe I should just stop dive then, and everything normal will happen. I'm gonna max this out, then next go for gathering, and then swimming, probably. Don't get too greedy. It's dangerous to stay out until you're almost out of air. Oh, they got the pouty face still. You still need some air left to make it back to the boat. After all, it's important to know when to give up the chase. It sure is. Guess I'm done. That was a bonus, what I just accomplished there. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? I bet you feel like you've got a better grasp on things now. I also can hold my breath longer. For sure, I feel like my diver rank's gone up at least a bit too. What are you talking about, Yuza? So, do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? Yeah, my lungs are larger. Nope, I feel exactly the same. Nothing changed. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. I don't know about that. I guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? So what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day? Talk about the hole. What happens if I go back immediately? Why is that checked off? You got it. Kameshima port, here we come. I should have talked about the hole. I should have talked about the hole. That cute little turtle there. Like I can move it. God damn it, I should have talked about the hole. We can't do anything yet either, so. When the I don't know where it auto saves the game. Alright, whatever. Let's move on. The fact that it was like a check mark confused me. Afternoon. Jetty. Hey Yuza, I took your catch to the market while you were changing. No, thanks, I appreciate it. If you keep this up, you should be able to make a healthy profit, even with the price of gas. That's great, I'll have to keep at it then. There you are, Azami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Chie, how's your back doing? Oh, Yuza doesn't like her? Not gonna get any better young lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah, but it was more of a warning than a rule, and the weather looks fine, so I figured it was okay. You should know better than that, Azami. You youngins never listen, do ya? Veteran Ama Diver. Oh, it's because she's, like, better than us, so we're upset. Important enough to get a... Well, fuck. I should stop trying to use the cursor. The de facto leader of the Ama Divers on Kameshima, she is a highly influential figure on the island. She married into a family on Kameshima shortly after the end of the Second World War at the age of 20, and has been working as an Ama Diver for close to 40 years, barely missing the opening day for each diving season. She has displayed a natural talent for diving ever since her days as an apprentice, coming to be known as Chie the Mermaid, for the deft ease in which she moves through the water. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, enough to send all three of her sons to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in and also earned her considerable authority in her household. Now a grandmother to 7, a back injury has led to her being less active than she used to be, but she is still considered one of the most experienced divers on the island. Her graceful swimming shows no sign of decline, continuing to inspire others even now. Her estimated diver rank is 67. 6'7"? In this day and age? It's the 80s. They shouldn't have 6'7". And going out with the Minakuchi boy of all people, oh, she doesn't like me. That's what the problem is. Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help out with my work. Wait a dang second. Don't tell me you went out to dive. Why do you ask? I did, but why do you ask? Am I not allowed to be an Ama Diver? What is that face? Absolutely not. I won't allow it. What? Why? Yuza's a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become Ama Divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. That ain't what I'm talking about. Please, stop with the face. I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene is what it is. What? Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Tsuyu's sake. But now he gets it in his head to go diving of all things. Have you no sense, boy? Did he cause the maritime incident 5 years ago? Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Tsuyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause everyone trouble. Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You'd better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? It's actually because the mermaids want him back, because he's also a mermaid. Hey now, you don't think that's going a bit far? There's no need to lay it into Yuza like that. Azami. What? You really don't think anything of all this? After what his mother did? Okay. His mother caused the incident, but... Nope, not at all. Yuza hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster, too. Maybe more than anyone else. Well, now we're... It seems weird to kind of go like, oh, well, one person in particular suffered the most from that incident. Recently, there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea. The same rumbling as 5 years ago. Oh, it was in that hole that I should have talked about. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster. Oh, is that what you meant by the storm? The weather forecast said things are going to stay calm for a bit, though. To hell with the weather forecast. It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyhow, you see why we've got to stay in the god of the sea's good graces. No doing anything to upset them, got it? Don't let it get you down, Yuza. He kind of looks like he's not caring right now. He's got that, like, 1,000-yard stare that Mio had sometimes. Chie isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are all pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess they have a bigger chip on their shoulders about all this than I thought. Seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah, he looks a bit bummed. I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of my reasons for becoming an Ama diver. Okay, we're gonna actually know what the disaster is. It seems weird to not have a broad idea. A southern sea disaster. A localized storm that broke out in the sea on the south of Kameshima around 5 years ago, resulting in a maritime accident in which a total of 10 people went missing. Honestly, with the way it sounded, I expected it to be a bigger disaster than 10 people going missing. 3 fishermen vessels that had set out to sea from Kameshima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and Ama divers on board missing. So one survived. Okay. When the ships were later dredged up in search, not a single body was discovered. The sole survivor was... Okay, that... I guess that does make sense why he was the most victim of all in the disaster, because he was the only one found alive. The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi, who was a middle school student at the time. His parents, Tsuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami Kumoi's father, Kyokichi Kumoi, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. List of casualties. Medium-sized fishing vessel Daichi Kyosu Maru foundered. Captain Kyokechi Kumoi and all 5 crew members reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessel Ome Maru. I'm not going to remember these vessel names if it comes down to it. Foundered Captain Yukiji Nishikawa and 1 passenger, identity unknown, reported missing. That has to be important. A passenger that we don't know about. Small-sized fishing vessel Minakuchi Maru foundered. I mean, it's... Minakuchi is easy enough because it's the last name. Foundered Captain Tsuki Minakuchi and 1 other crew member reported missing. 1 passenger recovered with slight injuries, dissociated amnesia due to psychological trauma. I'm sure that's what it is and not some crazy bullshit. Why 1 other crew member? I would assume it's Mare, right? I guess the fact that Kyokechi also has 5 crew members that aren't named is important. The sole survivor. When the boat that Minakuchi family was about to sink, Mori and Tasuke Minakuchi put a life buoy on their son, Yuza, and helped him escape the boat before the waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chance of survival in such a dire situation, Yuza was miraculously found drifting in the sea the next day, still wearing the life buoy, and was successfully rescued. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of the accident had left him in a state of confusion, and he had little memory of what happened at that time. After the accident plunged Kameshima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and ama divers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn, and a memorial was erected to honor the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor, Yuza, appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami Kumoi, himself having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both his parents before his very eyes. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their excursion remains unclear to this day. It was not long before speculation began that Mari Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea, and the islanders, already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, she's a mermaid. She's a mermaid. Yuza's half mermaid, which makes him like a quarter fish, I guess. Already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quick to condemn her, citing the sudden localized nature of the storm. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken for her husband, Tasuke. As rumors about Mori had brought disaster to Kameshima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyu Minakuchi, sent him away from the island to board at a high school on the mainland. She did that so he would be away from the ocean where the mermaids were trying to get him. She had sensed the islanders' resentment beginning to turn towards Yuza, and hoped to shield him from being an even greater target of their ire. Even now, 5 years after the accident, feelings of animosity towards Mari Minakuchi remain deeply ingrained in the people of Kameshima. With the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery, deep scars and suspicions continued to linger in the heart of many of the islanders. Was there more? Wait a minute. No, it just showed up twice, I think? Oh, profile's updated. Oh. Yeah, she looks like a mermaid. Mori Minakuchi. Yuza Minakuchi's mother, having gone missing in the Kameshima Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago. She was declared dead a year later after search parties found no sign of her. She's not dead, she's a mermaid. More than 20 years ago, Mori Samakawa arrived on Kameshima with no possessions to her name, expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move there. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town out in the mountains and that she had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. And although her request to move to Kameshima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. Actually, the twist is going to be that she's a Sasquatch from the mountains. After settling on the island, she showed an interest in the Ame lifestyle, and eventually took it up after displaying a talent for free diving. She was very good at it. It's almost like she didn't even have to breathe. With Tsuyu Minakuchi acting as her instructor. During this time, she grew close to Tasuke Minakuchi, Tsuyu's only son, and eventually married him a few years later. The two would go on to have a son of their own, whom they named Yuza. Despite this, Mari was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her, and many islanders continued to question whether her presence on the island might cause trouble down the line. Something of a free spirit, her nonconformist ways and somewhat naive personality meant that she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the island after she first moved there, seemingly looking for something, or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Tsuyu Minakuchi, was a person of no small influence on Kameshima, and no one dared to openly persecute Mari under Tsuyu's watchful... I added a K in there for no reason. Tsuyu's watchful eye. The three generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years, until the Kameshima Southern Sea disaster tore them apart. Since her disappearance in the disaster 5 years prior, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible, citing her various instances of suspicious behavior as justification. Yeah, everyone's been avoiding the topic until now, but that can't go on forever. Hey, you too! Oh, it's Kikuko. Yeah, you two over there! Could I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them to the warehouse. Local Ama diver. Important information. 28 years old! I thought she was much younger. I thought she was like our age. Like 1918 range. A woman born and raised on Kameshima, unmarried, she is known for her friendly, sociable nature and almost sisterly tendency to look after others. Both of which make her a familiar face to many on the island. Ever since her school days, Kikuko harbored a strong desire to leave Kameshima and make a life for herself elsewhere. While most of her classmates began working as Ame divers following graduation from middle school, she decided to enroll in a boarding school as a first step towards fulfilling this goal, going on to graduate from a junior college in Aichi Prefecture and then finding a job in general administration at a company in Ise City. However, because her assigned work consisted only of unfulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she left after only 1 year. She changed jobs repeatedly over the following years, but found no further luck in subsequent workplaces. Eventually, recognizing that success as an Ama diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity, she came to find the idea of such work appealing and moved back to Kameshima 4 years ago. Despite her late start as an Ama diver compared to other peers, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which even saw her star in the national athletic meet during her school days, and her innate knack for analytical thinking and research to consistently turn out good results. And she has since earned the respect of even the veteran Ama divers of the island. Her estimated diver rank is 41. With like diver rank, are there multiple people with the same rank, or is it like, I don't know, diver rank seems weird. I don't know if it's like based on a real thing or not, or just video game leveling up your diving skill. Kikuko has had scant luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. They turned her down? Her parents, anxious for her future, worry that the large birthmark on her face is to blame, but Kikuko herself remains unfazed. I mean, I guess that would make sense, but citing her lack of interest in marriage as the primary cause, something which has caused them no end of concern. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time as an office worker, she has since embraced it, proudly proclaiming it to be her symbol. Hell yeah, girl. Phew, thanks. I knew I could rely on you youngins to help out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko. Kikuko. Ah, how kind. Pretty sure you're the only ones who'd say that, though. I was told out of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away just in case a storm hits. What a pain. So you're getting ready for the storm too? Yep, pretty silly when the weather's this good, huh? It's not like I can say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an Ame diver, Yuza? Well, that was the plan, but it's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even began. I even ranked up a couple times. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Tsuyu? Yes, but I still have to work. And I've always been interested in Ama diving. Gran was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought I might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps. Still, you must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar. Are they really that set against Yuza going in the sea? I've never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't say it where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here, and they know you're close with Yuza. They probably feel they can't be that tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. Yuza's having a rough time of it. I can't deny there's been this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently. What do you mean rumbling? Like an earthquake? Is it like vibes? Though it's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again and Yuza gets caught doing something he wasn't meant to, that'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid. Hey, I honestly think it's stupid too. But the truth is, there are a bunch of people who believe it, so making a fuss about it isn't gonna get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if this storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. A different kind of storm? Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told, and no one will get on your case, yeah? Give me a break. Why's he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised on Kameshima, just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe, but I can't just ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. Then you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. No, don't do that. That's fucked up too. Did his mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. I guess that kind of gives a decent explanation as to why, like, Kikuko isn't, like, weird like the other locals are, presumably. Like, Chie obviously was weird. I'm assuming most locals are gonna be weird about it. Mr. Wakamura always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Tsuyu what she knows? Tsuyu? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She says she doesn't know anything. And you don't think that's a bit suspicious? If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? You might be right. She is pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you've just gotta grin and bear it for everyone's sake, eh? That doesn't sit well for me, honestly. Thanks for the help, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, okay? A lot of dots happening right now. Kikuko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? But folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've got this sense I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much, or that they were so suspicious of her. It seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about those ill omens that are happening right now. Still, I'm sure now that my mom must have had some sort of secret. And I'm almost certain it had to do with what we're looking into. You're sure about it because everyone's being dicks to you? Something's weird about that, like, thinking pose. If everyone hears that I went diving today, it might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True, if there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see that old woman Wakuma and Tsuya have to say about all this. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. However... What do you mean, however? That night would see unprecedented calamity descend upon Kameshima. What are you doing over there, Gran? This is where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What Mare, your mother, left us. What? Real credits this time. No? What was that? Who did that? Gran? Tsuyu, what's wrong? No way, even Chie? They getting, like, slashed by mermaid fins? Interesting to see all of this in the opening credits. Ah, what the hell is happening? What is happening? Your head, it's a fish. Oh, please tell me that it's a fish. Please, I need it to be a fish head. We also didn't get the name Paranormasight. Yo, what up? Well done in your efforts thus far. I regret to say that even if you continue down this path, you will be helpless to prevent the mysterious act that befalls Kameshima. Oh, so maybe me choosing to go back led to that then. Yuza Minakuchi's bleak fate will likewise remain unchanged. If I may, perhaps it would be prudent to ignore this route for now and turn your attention elsewhere. Once you have found a way to proceed, you may return here to confirm the results for yourself. From here you will return to your first diving experience from which you may seek another way forward. Oh, and another thing, I recommend saving manually once you resume your journey, really. If you fail to find another way forward, it will provide an excellent point from which to try again. Fair enough. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. It's kind of an awkward thing, because it's basically like you got a manual save so you don't have to go through the normal text, because we haven't unlocked the story timeline yet. This chart, sorry. Well, since we're here, we might as well dive real quick.